Oh, all righty, Patriots. Welcome to an evening dedicated to truth and accountability. Tonight on the Conservative Viewpoint, we're dissecting the left's descent into lawlessness and the unraveling of deceit from the highest levels. Get ready for an unfiltered look at the headlines shaping our nation. I'm your host, Charlie, the Country Conservative. We're witnessing a stark reality unfold. Individuals on the left, those who often preach about peace and justice, are now facing a arrest for acts of violence. The veneer of their resistance is cracking, revealing disturbing undercurrent of aggression. We'll examine these instances, highlighting the hypocrisy and the consequences of their radicalized rhetoric. The principles of equal justice under the law must prevail, regardless of political affiliation. Then we turn our attention once more to the tangled web of James Comey's past statements, the fanciful notion he once presented, the seashells, and the imagery of plane loads of voluntary departing our nation. They are now being exposed for the falsers they were. The demand for transparency and honesty from our former top law enforcement officials remains critical, and we will divide it into the ongoing repercussions of his misleading narratives. Tonight, our focus is clear: to underscore the importance of law and order for all, and to hold accountable those who have abused the public's trust through deception. We aim to provide clarity amidst the noise and to champion the enduring principles of justice and truth. So settle in, Patriots. Let's analyze those crucial developments in unwavering conservative perspective. Welcome to the Conservative Viewpoint. Let's begin, because the show starts now. Hi, everyone. What is going on today? I'm trying to get some things going here. Rumble is not coming up for some reason. I don't know why. And I've got Cloud Hub up, but like Vic, I am not sure how to stream because there's nothing on there right now that shows that you're live streaming. I've got my ad up there, but nothing else has come up. Rumble still is not coming up. I'm not sure what's going on with that. And no, it's not coming up. It showed right there that it's not allowing live streams for some reason. So we'll have to try them again another day and see what happens. But for everyone else in here, welcome to the show, guys. Thank you for coming. If we can get Rumble up, we'll see what happens. I don't know what's going on with that, but we'll see. But yes, I got things worked out with STREAMYARD, and it was a benefit for me. So I'm back for another year, and we'll see what about after that. So I'm glad to be able to keep streaming to you guys. I'm loving it. That's why we're going to keep getting the truth out to you guys. And it's just some things that the price of what they're trying to charge is ridiculous. But we made a deal, and we got reasonable deal. So we're here. We're going to keep going. We're going to push hard because we got to keep these Democrats out of power, because of some of the stuff that I've seen on here is ridiculous. And what they keep doing is ridiculous. So let's get ready to say hi to not Rumble, because they're not coming up. Cloud Hub, if you're listening, okay, but I doubt it. But we got Facebook, we got YouTube, we've got Getter, we got Getter over there, Calico Crazies over there. I see you on there. Welcome to the show. And we've got Wimkin, WIMKIN.com. If you haven't done it yet, guys, download the app for Wimkin.com. Come join us in chat. You guys are going to love these guys. We have a blast in here. We talk about multiple things. You guys will love it. Trust me. So let's sit there and we will give a shout out to the Wimpkin Warriors right now. We got Pat. Hi, Pat. We got Mark from the UK in there. How's everyone going? Gregory. How are you, Lee? What up, Lee? We got Fix here. What's going on, Fix? We got, well, I say hi to Gregory already. We got Colin from Scotland. Welcome, Colin. How are you tonight? William Brown, what's happening? Got everybody in the house coming in here. It's awesome. There's Jerry Kruger. Guys, got to look him up. Got to check out his shows. He's on a lot. You just got to find out when he's on. Sometimes 6 o'clock during the weekends. He just pops up, lets you know he's there. Leslie. Hi, Leslie. Welcome to the show. Guys, I'm glad to see you. If you guys didn't get to watch Rebel Chicks with a Cause, it's gone right before me. Go check out Violent Vixen 29. Find Rebel Chick with a Cause. Watch it. Great show. Great information. You guys are awesome. Shell, what's happening, Shell? Glad to see you too. Got a lot going on here tonight, guys. A lot been going on in the news today. I mean, a lot of different stuff. Let me try Rumble here one more time. I don't know what's going on with that tonight. I was just on there. Don't know what happened. So we'll see what happened. But a lot going on here, guys. I was busy all day today trying to get things going for the show, making sure I'm able. Yes, I feel much better, Lee. Thank you. I was really, really pissed yesterday having to deal with all these issues. And you don't realize the amount of money that was being put on one of my credit cards that shouldn't have been put on there. And the amount I'm talking about is a lot. So if you guys can think of what a lot is, I'm not going to tell you, but it's a lot. So I got it all taken care of now. We got it under control. People aren't going to be using my card like that ever again without my permission. So got everything going. The big important part was staying able to stream. And we did it. StreamYard was great. They did everything that I asked, and you couldn't ask for any better. Now, let's see if we can get some stuff going on here, because I want to see if they're going to, they said we're going to be able to add more people's comments to the stream. Hi, John M. What's happening? So that was one thing that they said, because I am on the highest plan they have, and but I got it for a great price, so it's well worth it. So, but we ain't going to get into my finances there. We are going to get in to get busy, because you guys are awesome, and that's what I want to keep doing. Hi, Sean and Getter. Rumble is not coming up, so we're not going to worry about them, but I'm glad you all started watching, and anyone new to the show, welcome. I'm glad to have you. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, anything that you can do for me, guys, to keep my channel growing. It's awesome. Even Vix, Rebel Chicks with a Cause, whatever you can do to keep us growing, to get the truth out, guys. The more we get out, the more people we get in here, the more truth we get out. And that's what we're here to do. So get it going, share, like, and don't forget to share all of our live streams with any platform that you're on. Facebook, even the ones that I'm not on. No, Sean, I do not have sponsors. That all comes out of my pocket. Everything that I do here. And that's what I said. I'm going to do it as long as I can afford it. Everything that I can do. If I can't afford it, I'll just be on in chat. So it is what it is. And I will keep doing it. I don't care. As long as I have money to live on, I'm all good. Alan, what's happening, Alan? Make sure I didn't miss nobody over here. Can't miss people. Cecil. Hi, Cecil. I don't know if I said hi or not, but I got you now. All right, guys, let's get busy. We got things to go over. We got videos to watch. So here we go. I added a few of these just a little bit ago. And we are going to, let's see what else I got in here. Uh-oh, they got another probe. We got a lot of stuff for tomorrow, guys. I'm just looking at my email just now. Wow. Wait until tomorrow, guys. It's going to be outstanding, like they always are. All right, let's get busy. Trump announces plans for Golden Dome missile defense system. Of course, the liberal idiots are crying because he's trying to protect our country with this missile dome defense system, and this is going to be outstanding. No, I'm not into that show. I don't want to ask. I can't. That's something different. Okay. Thank you anyway, Shell. President Donald Trump announced Tuesday the concept he wants for his future Golden Dome missile defense program, a multi-layered $175 billion system that for the first time will put U.S. weapons in space. Speaking from the Oval Office, Trump said he expects the system will be fully operational before the end of his term, which ends in 2029, and have the capabilities of intercepting missiles even if they are launched from space. It's likelier that the complex system may have some initial capabilities by that point. A U.S. official familiar with the program said. Trump also announced that General Michael Quinteline, who currently serves as Vice Chief of Space Operations, will be responsible for overseeing the Golden Dome progress. And that's exactly what we need, guys. This system will protect our country from any of our enemies' attacks. That's what we need. You don't depend on the Democrats to protect us, that's for sure. We see that right now from the last 4 years, right, guys? All right. Now, the Senate unanimously passes eliminating federal tax on tips, which is a great thing. Now it's going to go to the House, where they expect it to pass the House and should pass with flying colors. If any Democrats vote against this, that is a nail in their coffin. So go ahead, Democrats, vote against it. I dare you. Because how many waitresses and stuff and delivery people and stuff do we have that live on those tips? Bartenders, everything. They rely on these tips. You vote against this, your days are numbered. Your asses will be out. It'll be awesome. Go ahead. I dare you. Vote on it. Vote against it, dumbasses. All right, what do we got here first here? Let me look what I got. Oh, today was Taco Tuesday night at my house. It just so happens it ended up being on a Tuesday. Right? So guess what? My son is a liberal. Oh, believe you me, we butt heads. We are nothing alike. He and his mama boy. He is definitely a mama boy. But he sent me this, and this is hilarious. And he said it's been out for a long time. And I just thought it was appropriate for my Taco Tuesday night here at my house. Listen to this. You guys will get a kick out of this.
White people taco night. We're getting taco shells from the grocery store, and ground beef from the grocery store, and shredded cheese from the grocery store, and Ortega sauce from the grocery store.
You guys like that? It's white people taco night. That was hilarious. I would not expect that from my son. But yes, he sent me to that today, and I just died. I said, I am showing that tonight on this show. That was funny as hell right there. It will nail him, won't it? Yeah, I think it was Shell, right? Yeah, exactly. And they don't care about us. You're right, Jeffro. J-Fro. Hey, welcome, J-Fro. Welcome to the show. And you're right. They don't care about us little people. Not at all. None of them. Republicans, Democrats, none of them. They don't care about us until it's election time. That's what all politicians want. They want you for their vote. That's it. And after that, they put the screws to you, period. All right. Here we go. We got the fraud, the piece of shit, Comey. Peddles bullshit story about Trump's assassination post in first appearance since interview with Secret Service. The director ran to NBC in his first appearance after he called for Trump to be killed in cryptic Instagram messages. I want you to watch this real quick. I've got 2 videos for you from him. Listen to the similarities, but pick out what this man says about this. Take a listen.
You are back in the middle of a political firestorm.
Yeah, for walking on the beach with my wife. So I don't know how we ended up here. It never occurred to me that it was any kind of controversial thing, but that's the time we live in.
So take me back to the walk on the beach.
We were walking on the beach. We went to the beach to prepare for this week, which was the launch of my book, and to think about the book and to prepare to answer questions about it. And we were walking back towards the road, and we saw in the sand someone had arranged shells with numbers. And Patrice, my wife, said, why would someone put an address in the sand? And I said, I don't know. And we stood over it, and I said, I think it's some kind of like political message. And she said, 86, when I was a server, she did a lot of work in restaurants, meant to remove an item from the menu when you ran out of ingredients. And I said, well, to me, as a kid, it always meant to leave a place, to ditch a place. I said, that's really clever. So then she said, you should take a picture of that. And I did. And I posted it on my Instagram account and thought nothing more of it until I heard through her that people were saying it was some sort of a call for assassination, which is crazy. But I took it down. Even if I think it's crazy, I don't want to be associated with violence of any kind.
He's FBI. That's all they do. They're trained to lie. The violence, if you are not prone to violence being an FBI agent, you are doing your job. And he was director. Oh, he lied out his ass. And Calico Crazy said it right. Idiot or liar? He's both, Calico. That was in Getter. Yeah, that's awesome, Colin. Well done with your son. That's awesome. Now, listen to this second one with him talking pretty much the same thing, but it's what he says in here that I hope you guys pick up on. So take a listen.
Tell us about, take us through all of the ways he sought to investigate you. He's been tweeting about investigating you and prosecuting you, I think, since 2017, shortly after he fired you.
I think that's right. And I intentionally don't keep track of these things, but he has, and I hope no one will, but he has dozens of times called for me to be incarcerated and accused me of all manner of things. And I was investigated repeatedly in a variety of different ways in his first term. I went through the mother of all IRS audits, which cost me thousands of dollars, but I got a $347 refund at the end. Turns out I had overpaid my taxes. But just again and again and again, I really thought that I was done. I was in another life. I was a grandfather and an author wearing, sweaters and jeans. And then I went for a walk on the beach and posted a silly picture of shells that I thought was a clever way to express a political viewpoint. And actually, I still think it is. I don't see it the way some people are still saying it is. But again, I don't want any part of any violence. I've never been associated with violence, and so that's why I took it down.
So your position, even after all of this, the Secret Service calling you and bringing you in for questioning, is that the phrase, the message on the shells, was political speech and is political speech.
Yeah, by somebody. I actually didn't think of it as political speech by me, but I thought, what a clever way to express a political view. The shells were the same color for each of the letters, so different colors for the letters. It took a lot of work. Somebody with artistic flair did that, and I have a hard time believing it was anybody with a dark intention, and it certainly was no dark intention on my part, on my spouse's part.
He's such a lying piece of shit. And he's saying that's a pretty good way of doing it. He's lying out his ass, and if anybody believes he's not, they're full of shit. So when I went through all of this, this one is really going to get you because he's lying out his ass, so he's burning out his ass. Take a listen.
I mean, you're a smart guy, right? You were director of the FBI and shit like that. Like, you wouldn't be stupid enough to leave your DNA on those seashells, right?
I kind of messed up. Me and my boyfriend were having strawberry margaritas, and to be completely honest, my ass is still sore, not because of my boyfriend, but because President Trump shit-canned me 8 years ago. So I did the seashells thingy. I posted it on Instagram, and like 5 minutes later, everyone else was up my ass. So I went out to get rid of them, and fucking Kash Patel was picking them up with latex gloves and shit. So I guess I'll just have to find a new boyfriend in prison then.
I don't know who did that, but that was freaking hilarious right there. It just fit right in to the lying ass that he is and to a burning ass. Yeah, Fixer, that was funny shit right there. I don't care who you are. That was funny. His daughter needs removed from the Diddy trial. Yeah, exactly. All right, let's get rid of that here. I just thought that was funny. I had to throw that in there. All right, let's keep going. Decade after Tea Party movement, conservatives still unable to meaningfully cut the debt. With all this money that Doge has been saving, Why isn't that money going to cutting our debt? That's a question we need to ask, because they're saving trillions of dollars on USAID, cutting all these non-worthless places, all the people that they can. Why is that not going to cutting our deficit down? That's a good question, right, guys? So right now, nobody got the answers to this. So that is a question we need to find out to see what's going on. All right. Next, we got Representative Comer says staffers behind Biden's auto pen scandal, when he was clearly in mental decline, have been identified, and warns that subpoenas are coming. Well, guess what? Here's more hearings, and we'll listen to Comer and what they have to say about all this.
You are going and looking at who is controlling this auto pen, because Joe Biden, I mean, he's demonstrating that he doesn't have all the cognitive capabilities they had. That interview was from 2023.
Yeah, that's hard evidence. Early in the President Biden's term as president, it clearly shows that he was in significant mental decline. It questions who was actually making the decisions. So what we found is not just with the pardons he issued, but many of the executive orders that the courts are now using to Trump-proof many of the executive orders that President Trump is trying to implement to make government more efficient. Many of these executive orders, as well as the pardons of Biden's entire family as a result of our investigation, these were all signed with the auto pen. And clearly from that interview, which was many, many months prior to the heavy use of the auto pen, Joe Biden wasn't capable of making decisions. He wasn't coherent. We think we've identified who the staffers are. Jason, you all have done great work with that over at Heritage Oversight. We're going to bring everyone that we believe was involved in any role in the use of the auto pen. We're going to invite them to come in for a transcribed interview. If they want, then they will receive a subpoena and they will have a full-blown deposition. But we want to find out who was actually making the decisions in the White House during the last 9 months of the Biden administration when he was clearly in mental decline.
Now you hear this, guys. And Shell said it right in Getter. She said hearings, investigation, and zero results. That she's exactly right. And Lee said it too. If there's no arrests and convictions, if the EOs are codified, we're going to lose the midterms. Exactly right, Lee, because this is what happens here, because this is what the Republicans do. All they do is hold hearings with no outcomes. How are we supposed to get anywhere when there's no outcomes? I'm sick and tired of hearing these. Hearing here, we're sending subpoenas, we're sending letters. That's all we're doing. This is stuff that needs done and taken care of now. Arrest needs to happen now. Now, according to Trump today, he made a statement. Joe Biden was not for open borders. He never talked about open borders, where criminals of all kinds, shapes, and sizes can flow into our country at will. It wasn't his idea to open the border and almost destroy our country and cost us hundreds of billions of dollars to get criminals out of our country and go through the process we are going through now. It was the people that knew he was cognitively impaired and took over the auto pen. They stole the presidency of the United States and put us in great danger. There is treason at the highest levels. They did it to destroy our country. The Joe Biden that everyone knew would never allow drug dealers, gang members, and the mentally insane to come into our country totally unchecked and unvetted. All anyone has to do is look up his record. Something very severe should happen to these treasonous thugs that wanted to destroy our country, but couldn't, because I came along, make America great again. Now, he's exactly right. But will we ever see anything happen? I doubt it. Because how long have we been waiting now for all this stuff? Yeah, exactly. Sean over here and get her. If Pam Bondi charges Mayorkas with treason, she will be the best AG ever. That's the stuff that we need to see done. But nothing's getting done. We keep getting a runaround. Obama is all about open borders, 60,000 Somalis to Minnesota. Plus he deported some. So was the ones he deported just a showboat to say, oh, we're deporting people and we're letting the rest of them in? He let more in than he deported. So that goes hand in hand there, Shell. He probably just, he's a racist pig. I can't stand him anyways. Pass a bill to cut off benefits to illegal. That was supposed to have already been passed, Alan. We haven't heard anything about that since, because he signed an executive order on that to cut off all benefits to these illegal scumbags. All right, let's keep going. Incoming DOJ investigation. Trump demands investigation into Kamala Harris's illegal payments to Bruce Springsteen, Beyonce, Oprah, and Bono for endorsements disguised as entertainment. It is illegal to pay these entertainers and stuff when they endorsed her, and they said it right on the stage that they endorsed her, and that is illegal. That is campaign finance frauds. And what's the Democrats and liberals saying? Why bring it up now? Why do anything now? What's it going to prove? It's because it proved they're criminals. All these Democrats are criminals, and that's what they do every day. And once the crime's done, they don't think anybody should be punished by it. Well, you're idiots. That's why. Home of the airless, Elon Homo, Samoa Social. Oh, yeah. And I think we have something on that too there, Calico, coming up here shortly. Remember yesterday I told you about Trump's talk with Putin, and Trump says the Putin call went very well. Negotiations to start immediately. Trump said just completed his 2-hour call with President Putin of Russia. He says, I believe it went very well. Russia and Ukraine will immediately start negotiations toward a ceasefire, and more importantly, to end the war. The conditions for that will be negotiated between the two parties, as it can only be, because they know details of negotiation that nobody else would be aware of. The tone and spirit of the conversation were excellent. If it wasn't, I would say so now, rather than later. Russia wants to do a large-scale trade with the United States when it comes to catastrophic bloodbath is over, and I agreed. There is a tremendous opportunity for Russia to create massive amounts of jobs and wealth. Its potential is unlimited. Likewise, Ukraine can be a beneficiary on trade. In the process of rebuilding its country, negotiations between Russia and Ukraine will begin immediately. I have so informed Zelensky of Ukraine and President of the European Commission, Macron, France Prime Minister Giorgio Meloni of Italy, Chancellor Friedrich Merz of Germany, and President whatever of Finland. During call with me immediately after the call with Putin, the Vatican is represented by the Pope, has stated that it would be very interested in hosting negotiations. Let the process begin. That is from Trump. Now, right after this, Zelensky, the piece of shit that he is, Russia's playing for time to continue war in Ukraine. This son of a bitch doesn't want his money laundering operation to stop. We've said this over and over again. How many times, guys? And this is what he's doing. After all is said and done, he's the one that doesn't want things to stop. Hi, Tina. I see you and coming in here like that. How are you? I haven't seen you for a few days. All right, let's keep going. Zelensky's a worthless piece of shit. They need to get him out of here. He'll lose being the president of Ukraine once this shit ends. Yeah, his reign is going to be over. Justice Department, I don't like this one, guys. I don't know how you guys feel about it, but I'm not happy about this one. Justice Department to settle Ashley Babbitt lawsuit for $5 million. Babbitt's family filed a $30 million lawsuit last year, accusing U.S. Capitol Lieutenant Michael Byrd for being negligent in his true force and firearm during the riot, which is right. Okay, $5 million to the family. Okay, that's not justice. That piece of shit cop, that cowardly ass cop needs put in prison for murder. That would be justice. That would be sufficient on top of the money. And it should come out of his pocket, not ours. We didn't cause him to do that. His cowardly bullshit caused all that. And he is a twerp shell. You got that right. But the $5 million, okay, that's not justice. And I don't know what you guys think about this, but I think they need to go after that piece of shit. Not give him a promotion like they did, put him in prison. All right, keep going. Supreme Court lifts Obama judge's block on Trump order to revoke protected status of hundreds of thousands of migrants. They're gone. Of course, it was an 8-1 vote. And of course, Jackson dissented. And she is worthless. God, she shouldn't even be in this position. If you watched her hearing before they appointed her to the Supreme Court, that bitch should not even be anywhere close to a bench. She shouldn't even be trying traffic tickets. She is worthless. All right, DHS conducts first chartered flight for illegal migrants agreeing to self-deport. The department said the flight carried 64 Colombians and Honduran migrants back to their home countries. Get them gone, get them out of here. They get $1,000 plus a free flight back home. What can you ask for? They don't pay for a damn thing. Right, Sean. I don't think it's right, and I think other people will agree with that. More needs to be done with that. And with the other ones, too, that were killed during there. No cops were killed during that protest. And I don't give a shit what they say. None of those cops were killed there, and none of them died because of injuries that they obtained there. So that shit's dead in the water. So I don't even want to hear it. All right, let's keep going. Trump administration could use foreign aid. The USAID money, USAID money, to deport migrants. Oh, yes. Hell yes. It's exactly what they should be doing. Plus, put some of that money toward the deficit. Get it going. Get it paid down. Balance the budget. That's what we need. All right, let's keep going here. We're going to get out of here before we run out of time. I want to look at some of these videos we got. Let me put this up here a little bit here. Those 6 Capo Popo officers did not commit suicide. No, these people want to make up excuses. Thank you, Calico Crazy. Roseanne Boylan. Lily Moores. Sorry about that, but thank you very much. Those are the ones, no justice for them either. So that is what needs to happen. These Democrats that caused this January 6th shit, it should be on them. Their asses should be in prison. That's who we need to be seeing locked up. The January 6th committee for falsifying evidence, lock them up. The FBI agents that were involved, what do you call those? Not the agents, but their assets and shit that were in the crowd, all of them need locked up. Morris got a promotion and a raise and sent to the Super Bowl by Biden. She beat Roseanne Boylan to death. See there, guys? That's not justice. We need real justice. We need justice for them. We need justice for the January 6th defendants that got falsely persecuted and got their civil liberties taken from them. That's what we need justice for. All right, migrants deported to South Sudan in violation of court order. Another pathetic, pissant judge thinking they have the right to tell Trump again what they were going to do. U.S. District Court Judge Brian Murphy, an appointee of former fake President Biden, who serves in Boston. There you go. That's all you need to hear, right, guys? Said it's against his order. Well, hell with you. Your order sucks. You suck, and you don't need to be on the bench. You corrupt piece of garbage. All right, let's keep going here. You know, my chickens were pain in my ass tonight trying to get them in. It was raining. I'm standing out there trying to shove them in their coop. They wouldn't go in. No, they would not. That pissed me off. I left them out in the rain. Supreme Court orders Maine legislator to revoke censure of Representative Laura Liberty over trans athlete post. She posted about a trans athlete in a women's sports, and she got censored by the idiots in Maine. I think Maine's legislator. And it so pisses me off to see this stuff because they get the truth out there, and these mental ass people should not be in women's sports. And we talk about this so much, guys, and it's never because they keep pushing the issue and they keep defying Trump's rule. His law, when he signs that executive order, it automatically becomes law. I don't give a shit. They don't make a law. It's a rule that they cannot break, but they're doing it. Why aren't they being arrested? Run these scrambled eggs. No, I don't think so. Oh. Yeah. Yeah, that's funny, Shell. All right. Let's get a couple more here. Federal charges filed against Democrat Congresswoman following confrontation at ICE facility. I want you to watch. I know I had a video on this. I hope it's still here. Let me find it, because this bitch needs to go to jail. Take a look at what she did.
You cannot push me! You cannot push me! You cannot push me!
Where do these people get off? They think she was caught on air and saying assaulting an officer is not a crime. Oh, yeah, I did not get that downloaded. But yeah, she thinks it's not a crime, and that's her job. Her job is to oversight of them. No, it's not. And she needs to go to prison. She tried to get her case thrown out, but it was denied. So did that judge. That judge tried to get her case thrown out. There was aiding and abetting the illegal criminal around ICE and all that. Oh, yeah. She tried to set her up for, I think her hearings in August or something like that. I can't remember. But, yeah. But this bitch, she needs to go to jail, too. That's assault on a federal officer. She had no right to be there. And that mayor definitely had no right to be there. But they reduced his sentence. They reduced his to a misdemeanor. Yeah, the DOJ was being too nice. Quit being nice to these assholes. Here we go. Bernie, the Mr. Free Everything Sanders, backstabs the Democratic Party in brutally honest interview. And I do not think I have that one. And I don't know why I do not have that one. Oh, because it was too long and I couldn't break it down to a small amount of time. It was unreal. But Bernie says the quiet part out loud. And Andrew Schultz got it all on tape in one of the most brutally honest interviews ever. Sanders admitted Democrats are a threat to democracy. He even pulled back the curtain on being robbed in 2016 and revealed his thoughts on the 2028 presidential run. He did an 80-minute video interview with these guys, and it's just not even worth it. But he did say that. And you know what? Most of what he's talking about is just for votes, trying to get him in that quack AOC that can't speak. She makes Kamala Harris look smart and thinking they're going to be on the 2028 ticket. And I don't think so. Bernie. Good one, Shell. Rocky caught that chicken in no time. Not me, Sean. I left the some bitches out there. Tomorrow I'm going to start leaving the door open and let them come and go as they please. The heck with them. I'm not chasing no chicken. My body can't handle that stuff. We have not waited for years to be nice. Exactly, Calico Crazy. There's the nice time is over. That's all there is. I'm in Pennsylvania like totally. I'm just on the other end of it. Yeah, we're on the other end. And she is a bitch and needs arrested there, calling you right there. But J6ers were tossed in a slammer at the same. Exactly. J6ers were doing the same thing. Thank you for that, Pat. Same thing. Refused to give them attorneys and all their liberties were taken away from them. That's what needs to happen to them. Just got off, Charlie. We're okay with doing that. Yeah, exactly. Gregory, that's a good one right there. All right, we only got, what do we got? What do we got? Okay. One more left after this. Okay, one more. Here we go. What is it? Oh, yeah. CBS, they're going down so fast in flames, nobody can put them out. CBS new CEO Wendy McMahon abruptly resigned, cites disagreement with company amid challenging period. On top of that, that producer from 60 Minutes, what's his name, Bill Owens, quit last month. These people are falling to their fake news media. They're going down. They lost a lawsuit against Trump, and all these people need to realize they screwed up, and they need to start being real news where the truth is. That is here, right here with us. And Vic on Rebel Chick with a Cause. Use of Burma on him. Oh, yeah. J6ers were denied their cancer meds, too. Yeah, they were denied all kind of meds there, Calico Crazy. And, well, hell, their heat went out in the middle of winter, no water, nothing. These people were in a hole and shouldn't have been. And that place wasn't even fit for a dog to live in. And they kept them in there anyways. We cannot turn the other cheek any longer for years. Exactly, Shell. The rooster should keep them in line. I'm hoping I don't have a rooster. It may be just the way I looked at it, but I looked up the breeds that I have, and I'm hoping they're not roosters because the tails were good. I got one that looks like a freaking Roadrunner tail. Oh, it's crazy, but I don't know. Well, all right. We are done with the articles for this evening, guys. But like I said, tomorrow night, it's going to be an awesome show, too. I got a lot of different stuff to go over with you guys. You're not going to want to miss it. Hey, let's have some fun. But first off, we got Larry Elder. If you guys remember him, listen to what he has to say. He's spot on this.
You can't lie. Larry Elder is 1,000% on point with this one. I'm just saying.
Jimmy is in Charlotte, North Carolina. Jimmy, how are you?
Yeah, Larry, I'm doing well. Hey, when they go around at the cabinet meetings with Trump and kind of drool over him North Korean style, are you kind of embarrassed by that?
Is that your question? Were you embarrassed to watch Joe Biden drool for 4 years? Were you embarrassed to watch Joe Biden stumble going up and down the stairs? Were you embarrassed to watch Joe Biden trip on the stage? Were you embarrassed to watch Joe Biden avoid taking a cognitive test? Are you embarrassed that Trump took it and passed it with flying colors? Are you embarrassed the way Joe Biden pulled out of Afghanistan, leaving behind $7 billion of equipment? Leaving behind hundreds of Americans, thousands of Afghans, 13 service members killed at Abbey Gate, several more injured, thousands of Afghans killed. Very likely encourage Putin to invade Ukraine. Very likely encourage Hamas to slaughter Israelis on October 7th. Are you embarrassed that Joe Biden said nobody told him that the Taliban would come back and that the Afghan government would dissolve, even though generals testified under oath that that was exactly the advice that he was given? Are you embarrassed that former Treasury Secretary Lawrence Summers, Democrat, served under Bill Clinton, told Joe Biden that all the spending would be inflationary? He did it anyway. Are you embarrassed we had 9% inflation? Are you embarrassed that gas prices under Joe Biden were 50% higher than under Donald Trump when he came into office? Are you embarrassed that all of these Democrats and much of the media covered up for Biden's cognitive decline? Are you embarrassed that Mike Johnson, the speaker, said that he'd had a private conversation with Joe Biden finally after all the aides were dismissed? He said, "Mr. President, please explain to me why you signed an executive order banning the export of LNG, liquefied natural gas." And Biden said, "I didn't do that." He said, "Mr. President, yes, you did." "No, I didn't." He goes, oh, I know what I did. I signed an executive order to study this. He said, "No, you didn't." Does that embarrass you? None of this stuff embarrasses you. Are you embarrassed that for 4 years we were told you needed comprehensive immigration reform in order to close the southern border? Are you embarrassed that Donald Trump succeeded in closing the border in 30 days without any new legislation? Are you embarrassed by any of this? Are you embarrassed by all the waste, the fraud, and the abuse that Trump and Doge are finding? Does any of this stuff embarrass you? I'm serious.
All right, guys. He's dead on with that one. Oops. And thank you for that, Gregory. Yes, Gregory sent me that one. I forgot. And thank you for that. He's dead on with that. And Lee, I don't know about that. I've never heard Larry Elder was a white supremacist. I don't know. I never heard that before. But if he is, he was still dead on right there. So due process. Thank you, Sean. I couldn't remember that either. I was trying to remember that instead of saying liberties. What do we got here? Trina. Wimpkin feed went down? Wait a second. Let me look here. It looks like I'm still working. I don't know. But Trina, thank you for coming over here on Rumble. I didn't even think Rumble was working. I didn't even put it back up. But thank you for tuning in. I'm going to try something with hers here. There she is. Okay. They said I'd be able to do this. I wasn't able to do this before, only with like YouTube stuff. But there we go. Thank you for that, Trina. Oh, yeah. Okay. Thank you. That's funny, Lee. That made me be like an idiot, like that big. All right. That's funny. That's funny right there. Okay, let me get back to the video before we run out of time. And I don't know if I showed you guys this one or not. And Tim Conway, Dorf on lifting weights. I don't remember if I showed you this or not, but take a look.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're here tonight with Olympic weightlifter Darryl Dorf, and I think we're in for quite a thrill tonight because Mr. Dorf is going to attempt to break the world's weightlifting record. It's a pleasure to have you on the show, Mr. Dorf.
Thank you very much, Johnny. It's good to be here, and welcome to the world of weightlifting itself. Yes, tonight I'm going to attempt to lift 484 pounds.
That's a tremendous
It's a
amount
tremendous thing, and it'll be the world record in the clean and the jerk.
472.
Yes,
Now,
sir.
could you, if we have the time, and we do have the time, explain a little bit to our audience just about what's involved in this lift?
Well, first of all, the weights itself, we're talking 484 here. So we got about the two over here, and then we got quite a bit and right here. So balance that out. What I'm going to do is attempt to what we call the clean and jerk. I'll be lifting this weight first to my stomach.
The stomach first.
And then up to the chest. And
that's
then
called
that's the clean. And then the jerk. Go right over the head like that, and we will have a record. I got to hold it for 5 seconds, so that's an important thing.
That's very, very difficult. And well, good luck. Now, Mr. Dorf, we'll now go through some preliminary exercises in preparation for the lift.
Right. They just like to warm up a bit because you can imagine with this kind of weight, I mean, you know, you've got to get into it. Really good. First of all, I just like to basically just get those on the legs.
Blood circulation,
oh, yeah,
that's very important. Do sit-ups. Okay.
I think I'm ready to go.
All right.
Now.
All right, this is it, ladies and gentlemen. Darryl Dorf will now go for the world record lift, 484 pounds.
Right, yeah. And don't give me any idle chit-chat while I'm doing it. I got to have concentration on it.
Terribly sorry, I'll be very quiet. You just go right ahead.
Right. First, I'm going to attempt to bring it to my stomach in that first lift. I got it. I'm going to attempt to bring her right up to my chest. This is the tough one, Johnny. The chest. That's the clean. We're going to go now for the jerk. Over the head. Over the head. Oh, perfect. There we go there now. All right, now I'll have to hold that for five seconds before. Oh boy. I think we got trouble here, Dad.
Well, better luck next time, Mr. Dorf. That was a wonderful effort. Darryl Dorf. We'll be right back.
That's just way too funny. That was the real comedy back then, guys. Now you just got fake comedy. And then you guys, Carol Burnett, like Pat said, and over here, and Sean said, Carol Burnett, the bloopers and stuff. Tim Conway and Harvey Korman, they would crack up so bad they couldn't even keep a straight face. If you'd ever want to, if you've never watched Carol Burnett, go back and watch some of them. If not, just find the bloopers. Those people could not keep a straight face if they had to. And they filmed live too. When they were saying some of them live ones. Oh my God. They were hilarious. All right, what do we got? Here's another oldie, but a goodie. He gets no respect. Take a look.
Now, I tell you, I'm all right now, but last week I was in rough shape, you know? Now, last week I told my wife I need a home improvement loan. She gave me $1,000 to move out. I'll tell you, my wife, there's always something, you know? Well, the other day I called her up. I said to her, honey, I've been thinking about the last time we had sex. I'm getting excited. She said, who is this? I'll tell you, my wife, she never went for me. Well, the first time I called her up, she told me, come on over, there's nobody home. I went over, there was nobody home. My wife, she drives me nuts. Oh, she was afraid of the dark, she saw me naked, now she's afraid of the light. Well, I'll tell you, that's all right, that's okay. I'll tell you, actually, I shouldn't tell jokes about my wife. I mean, she's attached to a machine that keeps her alive, the refrigerator. And I tell you, my wife, she can't cook either. My house, we pray after we eat. I bought a pressure cooker. Now I eat off the ceiling. What a lousy cook. I don't think meatloaf should glow in the dark. I mean, she can't cook at all. She made chocolate mousse and antler got stuck in my throat. I'll tell you my trouble. I got the wrong doctor. You know my doctor, Dr. Vinnie Boombas. You know my doctor? And I saw him last week. I told him, Doc, every day I wake up, I look in the mirror, I want to throw up. What's wrong with me? He said, I don't know, but your eyesight is perfect. Are you kidding? Are you kidding? I know I'm ugly. I asked the bartender to make me a zombie. Told me God beat him to it. Well, I'll tell you know when you're ugly, all right? Well, Halloween, my wife sends the kids out dressed like me. I mean, I'll tell you the whole story, all right? The whole story, okay? All right. I mean it. I mean, you know when you're ugly. Well, last Halloween, a kid tried to pull my face off. And my kids, they flip a coin to see who has to kiss me goodnight. And I was an ugly kid, too. I told my old man, never took me to the zoo. He said, if they want you, they'll come and get you. Well, that's the story of my life. No respect. I don't get no respect. No respect at all. Are you kidding? Well, I was drowning. I was yelling, help, help. And the lifeguard ran over. I said, all right, buddy, keep it down. Keep it down. I don't get no respect from anyone. Well, I called up suicide prevention. They tried to talk me into it.
Tell me that was not good comedy right there. And like Gregory said, Caddyshack. Hey, dudes, yeah. I mean, he's got some great shows. And that's some of the oldies. That's why I show them, guys, because that was the best comedies back then. You couldn't even beat it.
Power off.
It's talking to me over here. I never knew that, Sean. Sean says the first time he's seen Roseanne Barr was his assistant in a stand-up routine. I did not know that. All right, what else we got here? What else we got? Something about this says this is funny. I don't remember putting that, but we're going to watch it anyways. Yes, you guys are going to get a kick out of this. Hang on to your belts. Oh my God. Oh my God. I'm sorry. That's just too funny right there. That was just hilarious. Oh my God. Oh shoot. I got to go way down here and see if am I running out of? Oh no, I didn't. Oh, I got one. Okay. The last one we're going to play tonight, we got to get our Jeff Dunham in, but that one was funny. I'm telling you what, that last one, I was just dying on that one. That was hilarious. Okay, we got Jeff and Bubba J on marriage. Take a look.
I went up to her and I said, young woman, you look more delicious than mayonnaise oozing out of a spam sandwich. And then she smiled. Yeah. What a tooth. So I guess you dated her a little while? Yeah, a little bit. And you proposed? No, her daddy did that for me. How'd that happen? I was supposed to come pick her up about 7 o'clock one night, got there at 7:30. Yeah. There her daddy was on the front porch with his shotgun. He said, hey, Bubba J, guess who else is late? I'm glad you're laughing. Somebody had to explain it to me. I still don't get it. So I guess he had the wedding at the church? Yeah. Had the reception at Walmart? Walmart, yeah. Why, easier to return the gifts? Yeah, we walked in the front door, some old codger standing there, and he goes, hey, welcome to Walmart. Get your and get out. And then she says she loves her double D's. Yeah, she's talking about batteries. I got it. Bubba J, different sex means you're male and your sister's female. Oh, right. Wiener and wiener free. Hey, I was thinking about this. Since a guy has a wiener, does that mean that technically he cannot be a vegan?
Tell me that wasn't good, guys. Oh, yes, that was hilarious. Whoops. I get my phone stuck around my cords here. I can't put them both in because I talk too damn loud. All right, guys, thank you for tuning in tonight. Thank you. You guys are awesome. Everybody in chat, both places are going awesome tonight. We had some great conversations going. Oh, the last thing, the House Judiciary Committee is bringing up legislation tomorrow. I just wanted to real quick overview. House Resolution 3492, the Protection of Children Innocent Act of 2025. House Resolution 3486, the Stop Illegal Entry Act. And House 1163, the Prove It Act of 2025, and the Separation of Powers Restoration Act, which will rein in these out of control judges. Hopefully these things will pass. I wanted to throw those out to you tonight because that's going to go on before we go on to the show tomorrow. But like I said, I've got a ton of stuff for you guys tomorrow night. You guys will want to join in. Thanks again for tuning in, guys. I hope you'll like, share, subscribe, everything that you can do for me from wherever you're watching from. Share my videos, guys. Share them on your pages, wherever you're at. That'll help me a lot. Let other people see my show. Get them in here to come join us. Get your voices out here. That's what we're here for. I want you guys to start using my telephone, so I'm paying for it. You might as well get my money out of it. So we're going to have a phone call Friday or something like that. And we're just going to take questions, comments, everything, and just go over a couple articles here and there. But the phone call is going to be the main thing, guys. So we got to do it. We're going to try it out. If I don't do it, I'm going to shut my phone off. So this is just for the show anyways. But thank you again, guys. And with that being said, I'm going to leave you with this. And so, fellow patriots, we conclude our examination of the less violent fringes and the ongoing accountability for past deceptions. May the insights shared this evening sharpen your understanding of the challenges facing our nation and the importance of upholding law and truth. The pursuit of just and secure America requires our continued vigilance and engagement. Therefore, I urge you to rejoin me tomorrow. What is that, Wednesday? For another compelling episode of the Conservative Viewpoint. I'll be back ready to tackle the day's crucial developments with our unwavering perspective, bringing you guys the analysis you won't find anywhere else. So make sure you're here to navigate the days with me as we dive into stories that truly matter. We eagerly anticipate your return for another dose of unvarnished truth. So until tomorrow, stand strong, remain informed, and let the principles of justice guide your way. I'll see you back here live tomorrow, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right after the Rebel Chicks with a Cause, which starts at 7 p.m. right before me. So until then, guys, like always, have a great rest of your evening. I will see you back here live tomorrow. Good night, everyone.